I had cold sweats and was violently shaking. I'd barely been able to eat. My heart was pounding in my throat and my head was thumping. This was it. Adrenaline coursed through my veins. It was no longer a time to fight. Flight was my only option. The time had come. In fact, it had come too early. I wasn't prepared for it to come now. It wasn't supposed to be happening today. This was supposed to be happening on Tuesday, but I couldn't wait any longer. It wasn't safe to. I was being forced to flee in panic. This wasn't how it was supposed to happen at all. In less than an hour, my entire life had changed forever, because I'd just left the only life I ever knew. And now I was faced with a decision. Would I become bitter and twisted at all the pain of what I'd been put through? Or would I make the most of the life I had left and show what I was truly capable of? My name is Jessie Shedden, and my introduction to life is a world away from yours. But by the age of 8, I knew it wasn't for me, and I spent the next 23 years desperately attempting to be myself and being shown over and over again that I wasn't appreciated. I learned fast that trust, self-respect, authenticity, freedom and justice weren't available to me, and that my best option for survival was to surrender my whole identity. I was taught that keeping quiet and being walked over were esteemed features, and that being broken was a good thing. But it's impossible to ignore what's in your heart, and eventually that yearning becomes so strong it calls for drastic measures, and in my case those were suicide or a chance at a new life. In my book, Those Boots Were Made for Walking, I go over my journey of growing up in exceptionally difficult circumstances and how I broke free of them to become my true self. I share my experiences of love and relationships after a challenging start with sexual abuse and no sex education. I talk about learning self-respect the hard way and daring greatly and achieving things way beyond my wildest dreams. I talk of overcoming and healing and loving and forgiving. So if you're ready to learn these strategies I use to navigate my path and how you can do exactly the same next time you're faced with adversity, grab your first free chapter on the download link below.